Hello guys, this is Pastor Josh checking back in with another leadership video. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that every 2 weeks or every month, I can't remember which one it is, I got it on our calendar over there, dates, of when I want to check in with you guys and just say thank you so much for all of the energy and prayer and leadership that you provide for our church through the week and on Sunday mornings. And we could not advance the gospel as efficiently and as effectively and as hospitably as we do on Sundays if it was not for your leadership over the teams. In a growing church with more and more people serving, more and more people needing to serve, and more people to be served, there is going to be the constant need for us to develop more leaders and become better leaders and to encourage one another to become better leaders. And so hopefully these videos will serve to that end. We'll try to make this video shorter as well. So I want to kind of talk directly to those of you who are leading teams on Sunday morning. That be worship, media, the kids teams, and the hospitality teams. For the most part, we have a lot of similar goals from week to week, things that need to be done with those teams, meaning this is what a win looks like, if you remember the last video, meaning this is what we want to accomplish on Sunday with this team, with these roles, and this is why it matters. This is how it's connected to the gospel. This is how it's connected to the mission for Sunday morning. And a lot of that stuff stays the same every week, but then as well, on top of those or alongside those, there will be unique wins and expectations and responsibilities and tasks that will happen in any given week. And so I want to make sure, for consistency's sake, to make your jobs easier, to allow us to be more smooth and efficient and effective on Sunday morning, to make sure that through the week you're in contact with either your pastors or your leader, as well as those who are under your leadership, to make sure that everybody's on the same page and knowing, okay, what are the expectations of me and my team this week, for your volunteers to know what are the expectations that my leader has of me this week. And just to be clear on what's going on, I don't know if it's because we're in two different spaces or if we've been unclear as leaders, or it's just a little messy as our growth is happening, that we've got new leaders a lot of times on these teams, which is a good issue to have. But it seems like there's been some inconsistency across the board. And so we're just wanting to tighten that up. Again, thank you so much for what you're doing. And I know I'm wanting to tighten up. Pastor Paul's wanting to tighten up just as far as consistency and efficiency. Make sure everybody's where they need to be on time, doing what they need to be doing with excellence, and doing it in a way in which people are served, not just tasks being done. And so some of the things that I have jotted down here is by at least Thursday of the week, at least Thursday before the Sunday that we're serving, have an understanding of what's going on in regards to your team on Sunday. Articulate with that with a quick email to those who are serving, or post something on the city, or send a text message, whatever is feasible and an effective medium for you to communicate. Hey, here's what's going on. Just remind you of that. Make sure you're here on time. Thank you again for serving. Appreciate them. So you're encouraging, you're coaching, and you're reminding, and you're articulating expectations all in one little hit. Have a contingency in place for, okay, what if that doesn't happen and you get a phone call on Sunday morning or Saturday night saying, hey, shift in plans, this person can't, this needs to happen. Kind of be thinking through, at least in your mind, what you need to do and how you need to do that if that falls into place. And then provide accountability for your team the day of. If folks aren't on time, if they aren't doing that, there's some system in place, whether it means you come at a certain point to check on that, or you communicate to Pastor Jason, who is sort of the project manager, who's here early on Sundays, roaming about, making sure that everything is falling in place, and is a resource for the different ministries, volunteers to talk to or ask questions or to task out with something that they need. But some system of accountability that if a person doesn't show up, or if a person isn't doing the task that we need them to do, or has questions, that that there's a process by which you're gonna answer that, resolve that, and deal with that. And then lastly, I'm going to say, when you do that coaching, when there needs to be accountability, maybe confrontation or discussion, that you always root that in, again, last video, to the mission, to the gospel, why this matters. We're not just trying to shake people down to do things a specific way because we want to be controlling or we're sort of overbearing in it. Is people matter. We want people to be served well. A lot of thought goes into the things that we're asking people to do, and money is being spent, resources are being allocated. So we want that to be efficient and be done well. And so I thought that would be helpful. So essentially, by way of review, do you know the win for your team and for each role on your team on a given week? Do you have all the resources and all the people and volunteers that you need to do that? And if not, do you know how to get them, which is essentially talk to your superior, which would be either Pastor Paul or Pastor Jason or me? Do you have a contingency plan in place to be able to shift and flex quickly as issues and obstacles and barriers come into your team to keep you from meeting those expectations? And is there accountability? Is there a process and a system through which you can see that on a Sunday that things aren't happening as planned or as intended, and that you're able to speak into that, or someone is able to speak into that to correct that and to make sure that we're moving through efficiently and effectively. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions at all, feel free to email, text, comment, and I will be faithful to serve you in every way I can. Again, thank you so much for your leadership and your service. We would not be the church that we are without you, and so we value you well. Thanks.